cool. Good day. Today I'm here with my navigator, Pierre. What's up, Pierre?
Hello, Tom.
Alright, cool. So today we covered chapter 9. Um, uh, Basically, mainly we're working with objects. So in this chapter, um, we're working with object creation, constructors, um, stacks and heaps, superclass constructors, and garbage collections, and so on. So, firstly, object creation. This is basically when you create an object using the keyword new. Then we worked with constructors as well. A constructor is a special method that runs when an object is created, so it initializes an object basically. Then with a stack, it basically stores a bunch of method calls and local variables, and then a heap stores objects created with the keyword new. Then we have superclass constructors, which is what we worked with as well. So when a class extends another class, so meaning it inherits from another class, then the parent class's constructor runs first. And in order to like call constructors in another class, you use the statement super. So that's how you basically invoke another constructor in another class. Okay, so let's have a look at how that works in the code. So over here, I did my own activity here. So basically, firstly, I have an abstract class animal and this private variable name. And here I have this first constructor that I created called animal. Within this constructor, firstly, it has the parameter name. So obviously, whatever argument gets passed here is the name that gets saved. Then it gets saved to the variable this dot name, and it prints out the animal that is created with that animal's name. Then here I have this get name method that's just gonna return the name that was passed here when this constructor is invoked, basically. Then I have here this subclass duck, and using extend, meaning that it's gonna inherit from the animal class. Then here I declare private boolean variable can fly. Then I have this constructor duck over here that I created, and it has the parameter string name. Then here, as you can see, we use super and then in parentheses name. So this is basically gonna invoke the super class, which is the animal class that I mentioned over here. Reason being is so that we can pass a specific name to it. Then we set this boolean variable here can fly to true, and when this gets printed out, the duck is created. It will show the name, and then it says that this duck can fly because can fly is set to true. Over here I have another constructor duck. So this is basically called what is it, constructor overloading. Yeah, so basically when you create more than one constructor within a class. So this is another constructor duck, and the difference here takes a second parameter, which is this boolean can fly, and then we just set we just pass the values to can fly over here, and when we print out this, it prints out the name of the duck and whether they can fly or not. Then here I have this subclass hippo, which is going to inherit from the animal class, and then we declare this private variable weight, which is basically taking the weight of the hippo. Then basically over here I have this method. Oh no, this is a constructor. Yeah, so this constructor is similar to other ones. It's taking two parameters, the name and the weight, and using super to basically invoke the animal constructor, which is here, and then pass the name to it, and we're setting the weight over here, and then it prints the hippo created with the hippo's weight basically there. Then in this vehicle class, I created two variables over here. So this first one is the type of vehicle and then the capacity. And then here I have three constructors. This first constructor over here doesn't have any parameters, so it doesn't work with any arguments. So this one here has a parameter string type, and it's basically going to take the value of the type, which is passed here, and then saved in this variable. And then the capacity is set to 2, which is a default value set here. And when we print out vehicle type, it shows the type of vehicle with the value saved to it. And then this third constructor as well over here, it takes the parameter over here, capacity, and when we pass the capacity value over here, it gets saved into this variable, and then we're able to print the vehicle type with its capacity. Pierre, do you have any questions or anything you want to add so far?
No questions.
Alright, cool.
You're explaining everything perfectly.
Alright, cool. So then, lastly here, I have this class, ZooTracker. This has my main method of which I run to run the program. So here I have this system.out, the print line is just gonna show this starting ZooTracker, and then within this class I created my objects. So what happens is, as soon as you create an object, the constructors that I created get invoked. So firstly here I have this hippo object, and the arguments that I passed are over here. So as you can see, I passed the name and the weight. So this is basically gonna invoke the hippo constructor, of which we find over here. So as soon as you pass the name Harry and the weight 1500, those values get passed to these parameters. So it shows the name here and the value, and then using super, it's gonna basically call the super constructor over here and pass the name of that specific animal, as we can see here. And then here it shows the weight as well, and it saves the weight over here. Then it shows that the hippo created with the weight 1500 kilograms, for instance. And it works the same with basically all the other objects. So each object is just invoking a specific constructor. So this is going to invoke the constructor in the duck class, so you can see here, and it's just going to pass that specific value as an argument. This name is going to basically be passed here as to this parameter, and then it prints that specific duck's name. And basically here I have my vehicle objects as well, which are invoking the constructors that I explained in this vehicle class. Then here I just have an object reassignment over here, and yeah, it's just basically setting the name as well as the boolean value for whether this duck can fly or not. And as I explained, these arguments get passed to the necessary parameters over here, and then they get saved basically. and then it gets printed out. So just to show that the program works when you run it. Ooh, error. Why am I getting errors now? Let's see. Let's comment this out. This thing takes a while to run, eh? Like it takes, if you notice, Pierre.
I think it depends on your PC.
Yeah.
It differs from person to person. Or how many things you've left open.
Why am I getting an error now? Let's see. Then it takes me back here to this program. That's weird, bro. Let's see. I wonder why I'm getting an error. Alright, cool. I'll fix this afterwards. Yeah. But that's the basic explanation of my chapter. Yeah.
Could you show me what the output would have printed?
So I wanna fix this so we can see it properly. I just don't know why I'm getting this error. So hold on.
It's running your mini Java.
Yeah, it's weird. In my chapter 9. Let me comment this out. Let's see. Yeah. Just needed to comment it out. Cool. So this is basically what I get. So just to make reference to the program, right? Let's see.
We don't have time.
Yeah, but you can see animal
Yes, I
created
can.
shows the name, shows the weight of the hippo, the animal that was created. So it's just values being passed to the necessary parameters and then getting saved to the variables, and then they get printed. Essentially, so you can see here
that.
when it prints
Yep.
those specific values and stuff. So yeah, that's how it works. So it's just like a basic zoo vehicle tracker, and then it keeps track of the animals' names, the weights, and so on and so on. Yeah. Cool. You have any last comments?
No questions.